All right, guys, welcome to my new home. I moved in about 3 days ago on Saturday. Today is Tuesday, and it's very naturey around here. It's very private, it's very beautiful. I have all of my turf from my last house here, just in case. I didn't think that I wanted to go through the effort of selling it, and I could maybe use it if I feel like it. But all of this is to myself. My unit is up here, going up these steps. I still have to get rid of these boxes. I'm trying to do it gradually in trips. So every time I leave, I will grab one box, put it in my car, and throw it in the dumpster. And I've got my bicycle out here. This is pretty much my main door. And it's got a wraparound deck. Here I've got my lovely plants that I need to definitely water today, but I'm also really glad to see that they get good sunlight here. So I wasn't sure if they would or not. But this is just the back area. That doorway right there leads to my... Oh, Milo! Hi, Milo. At least in my bedroom. And then up there isn't much, but let us go on inside. Right here is the entranceway, and I have my garbage bins. I have my water delivery jugs. I had to buy a spare freezer because this fridge is much smaller than my other refrigerators that I've used, and I just didn't want to deal with, potentially worrying about space when I bought raw meat ingredients as well as making all the individual portions. So had to have this delivered, and it is 5 cubic feet. That box I do need to get rid of. It just has my weighted blanket in there that I don't like. I actually hate weighted blankets after trying it, but it was kind of like $70-$80. So instead of throwing it out, Jose was like, I'll take it next time I come. So this is just the kitchen. Nothing really that fancy. I've got this little countertop area that I don't really see myself sitting at. I'll probably just put stuff on it, as you can see. So here I have this little makeshift gate in the meantime, because I personally have really hated letting my cats go into the kitchen, mainly because Milo, he's got long hair, and oftentimes I find long, really soft and fine fluffy hair on the countertop, on my stove, and it's just really annoying. I don't want to deal with that. So in the meantime, at my last place, I actually had these up tall, and it was 48 feet, which they can't jump over. But I've kind of learned that cats don't actually look to jump over things. Like when they see an obstacle, they usually just kind of look straight through it. So I bought this other one that's going to come next week that I will replace here once it arrives. I'm thinking that I'm going to have it attached there, and then it's going to connect to the fireplace and create a barrier. That's right, Milo. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Okay, so once we step over, I do have this fireplace right here that I don't really see myself ever using. Right away, I have my workstation right here, and I do like that it's right in front of the window, although it is pretty bright, obviously, so it makes it a little hard to see the monitor. I guess I could always make the monitor brighter, so I'm still kind of working on that. So I have been trying to be a bit more particular about cable management, so that power cable I'm gonna just disconnect. That's the sit stand portion of my desk to rise it or lower it. And those cables, I thought I had them organized, but I guess I didn't. I'll probably do a little bit more of something on that so it doesn't look so ugly. We'll continue onwards. There's the cot, there's Riley, nice and right in the sunlight. I have my TV there. Ooh, it's very dim in here, I guess, because of the lighting. But the AC is right behind it. And then I bought this new cat tree. I guess it's technically not a tree, but it's kind of for that purpose. So I personally really dislike traditional cat tree looks, whether it's like a pole, a flat carpet thingy, and then a pole and then something dangling. that design is just so ugly to me. I don't care if they make it look a little bit more fancy. Anything that's just like pole with a pole next to it, or like a fucking box next to it, square, rectangle, like that's just what they tend to look like. So I decided to get this. This works dual purpose. It is also able to be scratched, so I didn't bring my other scratching post over here. And so far they've used it a little bit, Milo mostly, more than Sammy. But I think Sammy will enjoy using that, because the whole purpose that I wanted to get for this was to allow them to just chill and look out the window. I'm gonna move this board. I just don't know where to put it right now. I would like to hang it up somewhere, but I bought this years ago while I was living in New Jersey, and it was at my condo. And then since my parents recently moved from Vegas, I took it from their house after I visited them. Okay, my desk is here. I think I did a pretty decent job at organizing. So I don't like this, that I wrap it around the leg, but honestly, I don't know what else to do with it. Power cable cords, they are so thick that I can't really use zip ties on them. So I don't know what else to do with it. So in the meantime, that's just what I choose to do. And then the cat wheel, I would like to move it somewhere else. I need to figure out a better place for it, because I think when I'm sitting at the couch and if I wanted to look out the window, it's a nice view. Yeah, it's a really nice view, but then the wheel gets in the way. But it is a nice spot for it. I guess, yeah, I don't know what the hell to do with it. It just blocks the view, that's all. But how often am I gonna sit there and look out the window? Who knows? So this I just picked up today because this unit does not have a heater. And she provided me a space heater, but the space heater is garbage. All space heaters are garbage. So I have been freezing my ass off the past 2 to 3 days, and I'm gonna give this a try. It's a radiator by DeLonghi, and it has like 1500 watts. Supposedly it works by convection, where it pushes the hot air up, which kind of like spreads throughout the place. I don't really know the science very well, but I need this. I really hope it works well, because I have never had a successful heater that's not central air, because I get very, very cold, and hot air is coming up from there and from the sides. So we'll see. I mean, it's daytime now, so it's warming up, but I'm still a little bit chilly, so I'm just blasting this shit in the meantime. Hi, Milo. All right, through the doorway, I just have my hamper right there. Bathroom is through here. So the interior of this place is definitely on the older side, but that doesn't really bother me, because as long as it works. The shower is actually really nice and spacious compared to my other one, which I really, really like, and works fine. There's a little area right here, which I thought would be perfect for the litter box. Although I might consider moving it, just because sometimes when I hear them using it in the middle of the night while I'm trying to sleep, it's a little noisy. But I'm using this new litter box. It is by Modcat. I have had a Modcat in the past, a top entry one, but since I am getting a third cat, I figured I would get a bigger, larger box. And I'm trying this new litter that my brother suggested, which is tofu litter, and I actually really like it so far. I feel like it clumps well, it smells really good, surprisingly, and it does control odor pretty well. Plus, since I have carpet, I don't have to worry so much about tracking. And then here we have my bedroom. That is the space heater, and that is my air purifier. And it's just pretty much my bed in here. There's not a lot of space for anything else. My closet is full up the ass. Hello. I had hardly any storage space in this unit, so it was pretty difficult to figure out where I was going to put everything, because in previous houses I would just dump my boxes in spare bedrooms, but I don't have any spare rooms in this place. But look how pretty. So pretty. I definitely feel really happy to see trees and leaves when I wake up. This window right here, I pretty much leave open all the time. So when I wake up and I see the sunlight, definitely brings a smile to my face. And then over here, we have Riley's crate, and then those are two things that can't fit in closets and can't be hidden, so I'm putting them in the corner over there. That luggage is just all of my fashion clothes, and this is just all of my comics and all of my violin books. And then there, We have Jose's lovely painting of El Capitan Mountain for me. El Capitan is a mountain in El Cajon in San Diego. Ooh, the lighting. Let me do this. There we go. And I go there often to walk. So there's a neighborhood here called Blossom Valley, and it's a neighborhood full of really nice, rich houses. I'd say the houses range between 800,000 to over a million, and they all have tons of land. They all have really great views for the most part. I mean, like, not everyone, obviously, but there are houses on top of hills with panoramic views, and El Capitan is right there. So I go there a lot to walk with Riley. I love that neighborhood, and he painted this picture for me for my birthday. Oh. Okay, I finally have some time to stand here and talk to the camera a little bit. So I want to talk about this new apartment and talk about why I moved here, why I needed to move, and the pros and cons of this place, and really just talk through how I've felt since I've been here. So first off, I needed to move because my landlord wanted to live in his house again and had to boot me out. So originally he was really back and forth with it, which was so annoying. He was like, oh, I'm getting divorced. I'm going to sell my house, so you're going to have to leave after lease is over. And then he told me that I could extend your lease by 6 months and increase your rent by like $75. That was his original offer. And I was like, fantastic, I'll take that up, because right now with COVID, prices of renting is really like ridiculous. For example, I would see houses that had the same type of amenities that my existing house had, but it would be like $500 more, something stupid like that. But eventually he did say that, yes, I'm going to move back into the house, so you need to get out. So it was pretty stressful looking for a place to live because, as I said, the options are garbage right now. And it would have felt really shitty to pay like $500 to a $700 more just for a place that had similar stuff than what I already had. My search, I pretty much capped it out at $3,000 per month for rent, but I was really reluctant to spend that much because in my head, I was thinking of it like right now, previously my rent was $2,300, and if I spent $3,000, that's like as if I bought a Tesla Model Y, which is something that I actually want, but it's as if I bought a car, had a car payment, but don't have the fucking car, because $700 extra is a lot. So I would have felt really bad about that. And also, I don't do the best job at saving money, and that is something that I really want to start doing because I want to buy a house. That is the next goal in life that I really want. So when I think about what my goals have been these past few years, it has been pretty much primary to focus: remote job and then owning a house. So I have my remote job now, software engineering, and I also have a pretty decent salary. So I want to have a house next because every single time, that's like one of my favorite things to do. I love exploring neighborhoods. I've done it a lot here in San Diego. And like I mentioned, one of my favorite neighborhoods is Blossom Valley, and those houses there are so nice. I would love to live there someday, honestly. But anyways, there's just no way I'm going to own a house if I keep living the way that I have, not saving. And it's been pretty disappointing for myself to know that I've been very poor with my finances. So anyways, about this place. This place is $19.50 a month. It is 750 square feet. And it's an extra $25 for pet rent, so it's $19.75 a month. And all utilities are included, aside from internet. So that is also another really great factor, because at my last house, when you factor in gas, electricity, water, and trash, that's like an extra like $300 to $400 maybe. So that's sizable savings. So aside from saving money on rent, I'm also saving money on utilities. So that's maybe like $600-700 a month that I'm saving, which I'm really stoked about. And I really hope that I take advantage of that to build my savings. But aside from that, this unit is standalone. There's no connecting walls with anybody else. And it is located on a 5-acre lot with 3 other units on the lot. So there is a main house at the very top when you first enter past in the gate. And then there's 2 units that are also being rented out. And they are spaced decently apart. So the main deciding factor, I was looking at a place in Poway, which was 1,100 square foot, 2,400 a month, and all utilities paid. That place had central air, which, oh my God, central air is the best thing ever. If you haven't had central air before, please trust me in like my stating the fact that central air is so nice to have. Anything else is trash. Freaking window AC unit, garbage. Central air is the very best. Anyways, that place also had multiple units on the property. It had 1 connecting wall, and I was considering that place a lot because that place was actually decent. I actually neglected to look at the Poway place for a while because when I messaged the guy, he was like, oh, it's multiple units on the lot and it has 1 shared wall, and I was like, ugh, gross. And I still feel that way. Honestly, that is still one of the biggest issues that I have with this property. I must be like really antisocial. I know I am antisocial, but sometimes I can be extremely, especially when I come across other people with dogs that I just really am not thrilled with. So both of these other rented units on this property, they have dogs, and they're not trained dogs, and they're also barky dogs and dogs that I don't care for at all. I feel like along with those types of dogs comes those types of owners. So these owners have asked me before to have our dogs meet, and I hate that. I know it's probably something that is in their eyes a polite gesture to do, as well as in their belief, they feel that all dog owners feel that way, like really eager to have dogs meet each other. But I refuse to let Riley meet any dog with an owner I disapprove of. And just in general, the way that these dogs behave, they're not really dogs that I would even want around Riley. They bark, and they are like not trained. They roam off leash around like her place. Stuff I don't care for, and I just really don't want Riley meeting any dog where I don't even know the owner. Like, it's very important for me to know the owner, how they treat their dog, how they train their dog before I ever consider letting Riley meet them. Otherwise, Riley does not need socialization with dogs. I would rather her only have healthy socialization with dogs. Anyways, on another note, my interactions with them have been a little bit annoying, but I will say for the most part that I probably won't see these neighbors much at all because I drive directly to my unit, and for the most part I should really not see them much and talk to them, which is what I hope for. But I'd say the first few days when I first got here and leading up to moving into here, I was definitely really anxious and really unhappy about sharing space. When I say sharing space, I mean that on the lot, I want to be the only person living on the lot. That was a requirement for me. And the main reason that I threw out that requirement for this place is because the units are very spaced apart from each other. But the fact that, like, sometimes when I drive down, I might see the woman down there because I pass by her unit. But, like, I don't like feeling obligated to talk to people. And if we're sharing space, there might be that possibility that I come across them more often and whatnot. But, yeah, I don't see myself wanting to live here long term just because there's aspects of it that have kind of like really turned me off. So this area does have land. It's 5 acres, right? So there is a fair amount of land like right outside my unit, but it's actually pretty muddy, and there's crap like sticking out of the ground that I'm really not thrilled about. Originally I was gonna play fetch with Riley, but that was one of the biggest things that I was nervous about, which is that so the other tenant, she has an off-leash German Shepherd and not trained, whatever. And I was worried that when I was playing fetch with Riley, he would run over to us. When I say run over, I mean he has to run a pretty decent distance to get to us, which if he did that, that's ridiculous and it would have made me very angry. But I think just in general, from like the way that this land is situated, I don't even think I want to play fetch with her. Because if she did, there's like a chance she'll step on something weird and random sticking out of the ground. Like there's a pole sticking out over there with some sort of like metal shit attached to it near where I park my car. And I thought it was just garbage I can move, but it's actually stuck into the ground. But yeah, it's muddy. The ground is usually damp, and I don't want her to get disgusting just for playing fetch. Fetch is something that needs to be like wholly enjoyable, every aspect. And I think if I did it here on this property, then I won't. And that's actually something that does upset me a little bit, because I really enjoyed playing fetch with Riley at the last house. Just going outside, chucking it a little bit with her for 10 minutes, and just seeing how tired. And she loves fetch, so I prioritize that when I'm trying to find a place. So the lease here is 6 months. So that's not the worst. I can stay here for 6 months and try to save some money. Hopefully there's better options in 6 months afterwards that I can move to. But in the meantime, I'll try to make the most of it. The nice thing is that this living room is big. It's very spacious. There is only AC units in here, so I had to buy my radiator, which I actually feel like it's working pretty well, because I feel like by now the apartment would have cooled down by quite a bit, and I have it jacked up there. It's at like 80 degrees. So that's the way I like it. I get cold very easily, so 80 is perfect for me. And I don't want to wear too much when I'm inside, right? So, yeah, this is basically my place. I know I rambled a lot earlier, but I really have had so much on my mind when it comes to finding a place to live, because it's challenging for me. Sacrifices are challenging for me. So I view living here as somewhat of a sacrifice, where I'm sacrificing, you know, sharing space, sharing the lot. That's not something that's preferable for me, but I'm doing it because I want to pay less rent and I want to save money. This unit is located in Alpine, so it is further east away from the city, even more. And I do like the immediate surroundings. It's very beautiful. I have a view of El Capitan from the east side this time. So every time I've ever seen El Capitan, I drive from west to east. So I see him, and now I see him from the other direction. And I had to double check a little bit to make sure that it was even him, because I'm not used to that. But yes, this is basically what my life is going to be like for the near future. I do have my Bengal kitten arriving around, let's say, first or second week of December. So it's just 1 month. 1, not 11. And I am very, very much looking forward to that. Aside from that, I'd say most things are going well. Work is not stressful. I'd say the main difficulty that I have lately is just getting good sleep. These past few days is a little bit like more challenging for me, because I haven't really been sleeping well consistently. Like, I would lie there for 3 to 4 hours trying to fall asleep, and it's very difficult. But yeah, I was really looking forward to recording this video showing you guys what my place is like. And moving sucks. I don't enjoy doing it very often, but I'm trying to purge more as I move. That way I have less and less to move. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.